Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new Paint and Talk, and this time I want to add to the video from Eric Beer talking about tournaments and about what I think and what are my experiences on tournaments. I have to say that it depends from year to year how many tournaments I participate on. Depends a little bit on my mood, and also on the period of my life. So there was a moment in my life that I was playing tournaments quite often, not every week, but at least every month, once at least, once or twice per month. So this was the moment I was playing the most. I was playing mainly 40k and Warhammer Fantasy at the same time. I'm talking this about when was the Rock Trade. I think it was about 12 years ago, 15 years ago, something like that. I think it's more than 15 years ago. And what I realized is I was always an average player. I've always have the rule that I have to play with my painted miniatures. So I never played with unpainted miniatures on tournaments. I try to play what I see is what I have, or what is what you get, or how you want to call it, and yeah, and of course with limiting myself to what I used to have, I was not on I will say a top tier player. But my objective on all these tournaments was to play against different armies, about different peoples, because I was playing a lot with my friend, also called Victor, and yeah, we decided why we don't go to tournament and we test ourselves against our players, but not going to build up a very strong list, just playing with our armies and see how we are against other players. And then you realize that there is all type of people, so they are from the new guy that is starting to play and have not very good idea of the rules, to the guy that really goes to the limit in list building. And when I was playing in tournaments, you can imagine it was quite a long time ago. Yeah, there was not. There were some forums, but I would say that there was not all this information we have today about the meta, about the hover list, about what is strong, what is not. Was more or less the starting of all this, was a little bit the starting moment. But even in that moment there were really players that are very strong. So why I always recommend anybody, first of all, for players that have not go to tournament, I agree with Eric Beer, you should go at least once to see if it's for you or not. You will realize that it's not all the bad things that we hear about in internet. It's not all to win players. There is a lot of good. You can even make friends, and from there, and I will talk by my experience when I moved to Belgium. Is a place where I meet other people, also to play at my home later on. So it's a way to meet people. It's a way to know new people to play, and it's a way to test also yourself. All depends how serious you want to go there. And I say I never went too serious, so I don't go there to be the winner of the tournament. I go there to do the best I can, to win as much as I can. But I can tell you that normally my results are, and most all the tournaments I participate is just a one-day tournament with 3 games. So my normal result is a win, a close win or tie, and a loss. Okay, this is normally what I do. If it goes very well, I lose more, but this is more my average result, my most average result. So it's, and then I end up more like half of the table. In fantasy, I'm not doing that well. Like in 9th age, I'm quite lower there because it's not a game that I have the same level of skills as in 40k. But in 40k, I used to finish, unless it's a disaster tournament, but normally I used to finish half the top half table of the tournament, so depending on the tournament. So yeah, so as I say, new players, I recommend to go there to participate for first time. I think it's a nice experience, it's a way to meet people. Don't get scared. You're going to be crushed, most likely, by some players, but if you have played for a long, most likely there is a lot of chances that you don't end up there at the end, because there is always new people in these tournaments. And I will say that normally the atmosphere, the whole, the people is quite supportive. I have not have big problems with people there. So on the other side, I have to say that the tournament, that when I moved to Belgium, okay, yeah, again I started going to tournaments because I thought that was the way to start meeting new people in a new country. So for me, it was helping to also new people, and I did quite a lot during my first years in tournaments, and then I meet people, and the problem I have, or the point I have is that for me, I prefer, and it's not that I don't like tournaments, but the only negative point I have on tournaments is the rush, is that you have a time limit, okay, and you have to do 3 games in a day, so there is a timetable that you have to accomplish with. And most of the times, the problem I have is, depending on the game, it's not always you are able to finish your games. Okay? And then it's a little bit stressful. You have to move from one table to another, and it's quite not stressful, but you have a little bit. It's not as calm as playing at your home, with all the time that you want, and you play at your rhythm, and there is not rush to finish the turns, because there is no need to rush. Okay, and this is for me the only thing and the only reason why I prefer casual games. And casual games doesn't mean that I don't like casual competitive games. I don't mind. I invite at home when one of the best players, I think he was the #1 in the ranking in Belgium, when I invite him. So I don't have problems to play against these people. It's not the problem of playing against good players. For me, the main thing that is, I prefer to, if you ask me what you prefer, to have one game a day at your home or at the home of a friend, and spend this day to doing a game, or you want to go to a tournament, my opinion will be I prefer to dedicate this day to play a game, because I like more the quiet or the more calm way to play, more casual, just with a beer. I have always the impression that in tournaments you try to rush, because you want to finish that game in time to be able to have as many points as you can, and to be able to do all your tactics. Because if you spend a lot of time talking and so on, then you for sure you will not finish your game on time, and you will not be able to do all the turns you need to achieve the objective and to achieve the points. So this is also a thing that I realize when you play against people that is they want to be on the top of the ranking. They try to rush, and yeah, and you try to avoid discussions it's a more, not as stressful, but more rush type of gaming. So this is the only thing. And then of course, after being, because normally when I'm playing games I hardly sit, so after being the full day standing up, I end up quite tired. This is for me the only negative point of the tournaments. But I will say that, yeah, in some tournaments I find some, I will say it clearly, asshole people. Okay, that they only want to twist the rules as much as they can, try to win, but I would say this is quite a minority. So most of the time you find nice people that you would like to invite at home to play more games. and it's yeah, and I think this is the point. So if you are, first of all, if you are in a new country, in a new area, you have moved to another town, I recommend look the tournaments, the local tournaments, look the local shop, go there, don't be scared. Nobody is going to eat you or bite you. Nobody is going to. Yeah, I think that normally the community is a welcoming community, so I don't see the reason why you have to be scared to go there. Even if you are crashed, people will tell you why you are crashed. Normally, if you find, normally what you find is people that will tell you how you can improve, and I will say, even if you lose all your games, overall positive will be good because at least you will be able to learn. If you ask for help, for sure, a lot of people will tell you how to improve your army. Even if you don't ask for that, some people will give you advices on how to improve your army and how to do better next time. Because people, even we play to win, okay, we try also to help other people because we want. And I'm talking from my side. I don't. It's not. You don't feel that comfortable crushing your opponent completely in turn 2. It's not what you want to do. You want a closer game that is interesting. Although you can end up crushing your enemy, but when I want someone or when I see some mistakes after the game, if you want, you can give advices on how to improve. And I think this is part of the learning curve of going to tournaments and also playing the game. So not because it's a tournament, you can. Yeah, you can give advice anyway. And the other thing I find is when you are at the bottom of the tournament, at the bottom, if you are doing a bad day or you are not, normally when I'm there, I'm not that picky. I allow to repeat turns. I give advices, especially if I see that it's a new player, and I even sometimes remind things that the player is forgetting. So all depends how you want to take the tournament for yourself. But to be fair, when you are not on the top tables, make no sense to be not to be kind with the people. So yeah, no, I try to go to tournaments from time to time. I'm not, and it's not because I don't like the people in the tournaments or I have problems. It's because I have more. I like more to have a calm game, quite relaxed game. I have to say more than calm, relaxed game at home. Invite a friend, take a beer, take a coke, have a game, calm down, take all the time we need to do the turns, no need to rush. If we finish after 5 hours, we finish after 5 hours. If we need 3 hours, we need 3 hours. But I think it's interesting to have this type of games, and this way sometimes I'm not rushing to go to tournaments because of a little bit of stress there is on the tournaments. But yeah, I will say this is all my comments for this. Let me know. I will leave this as well as in the comment box of the Edic Beer video because I think it's quite an interesting topic, and looking forward to know your experiences on tournaments and what do you think. And if you have the same impression as me that sometimes in tournaments we rush and we forget to really enjoy the games. But it's normal, you want to do 3 games per day or 5 games in 2 days. So that's all for now. I hope you have liked this paint and talk. As usual, thanks a lot for watching and see you again later. Bye.